We're going to work on 5 problems in this video, numbers 48, 49, 52, 53, and 54. These should be a little bit more straightforward. So if you have any questions on these, please send me a text or a comment on the video. But I think these are pretty straightforward once you get the hang of how you read these graphs and how you circle intersections and unions and then just count and add. So let me know if this is straightforward or helpful. Otherwise, let's move straight to the worksheet.
Okay, in this video, I'm going to do problems 48, 49, 52, 53, and 54. These are all pretty similar problems, and you should be able to do these pretty quickly. So let's go through them just so you understand what they're asking here. And I'm not going to answer them for you, so I'm not going to do B for you, but I'm going to do one like it. You correctly answered A here. Find the number of people in F, right? Because the number of people in F is simply all of these added together. That's all the people in F. And a lot of these problems are going to be like, find the number of people in, well, let me do it this way. Let me do it with the highlighter. All the people in F intersected with all of the American Indians. So that would be like, something like this, right? You're going to do a lot of this cross stuff, and we'll work through that. So if you look at this problem where you say, I want to find M intersected with B union W, which is the problem I'm making up for you. So I'm not going to give away the problem. So if you want to find this, you need to start with your what's in parentheses. So what is B union W? That means I want all of the blacks and all of the whites. You want it or all the whites. So that's a union. So that means I want to add them together. I want to add these groups. I want to take these groups as a whole. So if I take all the whites and union with all the blacks, that's this group of people, because that's all of the whites and include all of the blacks. Okay, so that's what this is. So that's whatever, but let's not add those up yet. Let's see if we can make this problem a little simpler. So now let's intersect that. So now I want all the people who are black or white, and I want to take only the males. So all of the males is this group here. So I want to take this set, and I want to find where that intersects with this set. And so my answer is going to be all of these people here. So the answer is going to be 1, 2, 4, 6, 119 plus 248, 923. And then whatever that equals is going to be my answer. And I think that should be a good enough hint as to how you're going to do this next problem. Now watch problems 49, 52, 53, and 54. And after you watch all 5 of these, you should really hopefully get a good sense of what we're doing here. So 49 is this one. So now we want to find C intersects H. So this one's even simpler than the last one, but I'm not going to do C intersects H. I'm going to do D intersects F. Okay, so D, if I look at D, which is other injuries, I want to look at all the people who have other injuries, and I want to intersect that with everyone who had a full shield. Right? So this means other injuries having a full shield, that's like group A and group B, and I want to find A intersects B, so that's 138. Now if I wanted to find other injuries union full shield, that means I want anyone who had an other injury, and I want to also add to that all the people who had a full shield. So that would be this whole group. So that would be 202 plus 138 plus 7 plus 32 plus 44. And we don't double count the 138. We just take this whole group. So that would be the union, would be all of those added together. The intersection would simply be that 1 point. So hopefully you can get this question. Don't answer my question because you're going to get it wrong. You want to answer their question here. So that's 49. 52, I think is going to be a little similar. Okay, good. All right. So you got to be careful with this total thing too. That's a different line. That's where they add them all up for you. And so don't accidentally add. If they say A, you don't add all of those together. You add that or that. Okay. So let's be careful there. Okay, so E union B. Okay, we're not going to do E union B. We're going to instead do F union C. So union means both. So we're going to take all of the females and we're going to union that with all the people in C. And be careful. Remember, this total line, you can't get confused and add that in because that's double counting, right? This 10.6, for example, is 7.6 plus 2.2 plus 0.8 equals 10.6. So you don't double count that. You don't want to call that region C. Okay? So if we find F union C, we're going to add 47.5 plus 4.9 plus 6.3 plus 2.2, and then we got to add in region C. So we add in 24.4. We don't double count. Don't double count this one. Plus 2.8, right? It's everyone who's in either region C or is F. Sorry, that's not female. That's between 45 and 64. So F union C is add all those numbers together. Good. Sorry, let's do it this way. 52, now we go to 53. 53 is going to be similar. So we're not going to find B intersect E. Instead, we're going to find F intersect D, which is, right? This is group F, and here's group D. So if we find F intersect D, that's only one thing. It's only one number. That one's easy. All right. Now let's move on to 54. And remember, be sure to answer their questions, not my questions. So here we go. C union D, we're not going to do what they ask because I'm going to leave that to you. But we're going to find M intersects C union D. So let's find C union D. C, and if we union it with D, we want this group. Right? So C union D is all of these people. And if we want to intersect that with M, we got to intersect that with this group. So if we take all of the males who are either separated or divorced, it's going to be this group here. So it's 306 plus 54 or 360. Remember this is not the answer over here. Right? I just gave you a different problem. So be sure to answer this question. Now I want to give you a little bit of hint on this one because I looked ahead. I've looked ahead on this one. And it's kind of a little bit tricky. But what is F union? What is this? F union M, if this is M and this is F, F union M, think about what that is. You can solve it. It's just kind of an interesting question. It's a little bit different than the other ones. Okay, well that's it for questions 48, 49, 52, 53, and 54, which I think these are understandable ones, and hopefully you can solve these. Feel free to ask me any questions, though, if I didn't explain things well or went too fast.